now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
So we spoke on the guy who's supposed to got beaten in jail, the one that, you know, the one that everybody seen the video of, the guy that talking about he was gonna shank up Blueface when he seen him.
What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do if Blueface come to y'all yard?
He's getting bust on.
Blueface?
Dead homies.
Come up.
Dead homies. He getting bust on.
Bust on.
We don't care about no cards. We don't do none of that. He getting bust on.
Another guy, which is the who's who's, came to the internet and stated that old boy got beat up bad, which is his name is G-Face, Grape Face or something like that. But he didn't give an indication on what really transpired. Was it behind Blueface or was it behind something else? But at the end of the day, the thing is, old boy did get injured, according to his homeboy, and as well as B Brazy, he did get injured. But anyway, man, let's get past that and let's get straight to this content, man. I want everybody to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel before we even get going. But we gonna get over here to Grape Street TV, man. Yeah, Grape Street TV. I want y'all to also go over there and subscribe to his channel, and he gonna speak on his homeboy in this title, What Really Happened to G-Face. Grape Street speak on it. So this thing came all the way to the streets, and the Grape Streets have their input on their homeboy. Let's get to the content.
Jordan Downs, y'all already know the deal, man. Y'all tuned in to Grape Street TV. If you ain't hit that like or that subscribe button yet, that's what you need to be doing. But if not, y'all already know the deal with me, man. I'm gonna bust y'all across y'all head with some knowledge every time, man, straight up. And make sure y'all hit that bell for all notifications. So when I drop these reactions right here, they pop up on your timeline like the chicken pox. Boop, 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 boop. Listen, tap in. Now that I got y'all attention, we about to break this down to the very last comment.
Well, let's go.
Not like a reaction or nothing like that. It's more like a PSA. You know what I mean? Everybody been seeing the G-Face dude that been going around, servicing around. The one that was showing the knife and saying what he gonna do to Blueface and all that. That's what we gonna jump into. Him right here. Him.
You said what?
You ain't with your homie, his Sally?
Who?
Brady.
You talking about Potter?
What do you say?
You talking about Potter?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, he got set up. Oh yeah, he got set up. They didn't drew him in for the bait. ATM Richie, he good at what he do. Give a shout out to ATM Richie. Boy, ATM Richie, you done got him an old-fashioned ass whooping. That's what you definitely did, because you just set him up. You set him up right there, and that's why, you know, probably one of the reasons why that add on to that whooping that he got. Well, let's get back to Grape Street TV and see what they talking about.
Fucking with like that? What you think?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie with you dudes out here in these streets.
Come on. You my brother.
What I want to say, I just want to apologize to the internet on my behalf, on our behalf as a whole, out of my section. You know what I mean? For somebody to get on here on some J-Cat type stuff, you know what I mean? We talking about G-Face, and we gonna talk about things that could get you whooped or get you, you know what I mean, worse than that.
Fucked up, Jones.
Like, you can't be in jail
No, it doesn't.
popping it, especially
No, you don't.
if you don't have a voice on the streets. If you can't move mountains on the streets, you for sure can't move them while you in the penitentiary.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, because on the streets, let me tell you something. On the streets, it might not be in your time. Your time might been when you went up in that jailhouse. Now, the only thing that I got to say about all this is, if you say you was gonna do something, if it came out your mouth, man, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you got to get cracking and do what you're gonna do. You got to do what you say you're gonna do, because once it come out your mouth, everybody gonna expect you to do that. Now, if you on there just popping in the disrespect, dissing your homies, and y'all in whole separate yards, separate penitentiaries, then you foul for that. The homies definitely gonna get you for that. But if you on the yard with the same person you talking about and they come out your mouth, you got to go handle your business. That's how it's supposed to go. At least that's how it was when I was in there.
So a lot of folks like to get on there. They've been watching the internet. They see a lot of people on YouTube. They want to get on there and pop it and seem like, you know what I mean? They put extras on who they are, what they do, and why they do what they do. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? When you on there popping it and somebody else politics talking about what you gonna do, and if you is gonna make a move, you supposed to make a move. You don't tell nobody what you.
Make your move. Now we talking. See, I just said the same thing. Make your move. Don't get on here and talk about it. Go be about it or see about it. Get cracking. Make it happen.
Gonna do. You know what I mean? That lets you know it be like content. Some of these dudes be messing with people for content reasons.
Yeah.
Probably trying to help their boy get views and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? But this channel don't condone in that. We do not dip into other folks' politics, especially when it's like some in-house stuff. So at the end of the day, when they was asking him them questions, when they was asking about the homie and all that, he was supposed to just let that be. Next question. You gotta know how to be real.
Right.
And say next question. But a lot of folks don't know how to be real. The cat G-Face, like, I don't know him from a can of paint.
This is an OG
Anybody I know from the set will not conduct themselves like that. They don't move like that.
So he ain't even official. He ain't even official. They don't even know. You on there popping it, talking about real ones that they know. Man, that's exactly what get you some of these. Get you knocked off, man. They don't even know this dude.
And you know what I mean? A lot of folks be coming with the lingo and the slang, like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because certain hoods talk a different way, but some people, they adopt that language. And they start talking like that, but you can tell by the language. It's like the way he was doing it was more like psych med type stuff. You know what I mean? That shit out.
You can tell that Grape Street talk. You can tell that Project talk, period. You could tell Bonnie on the talk. You could tell Project Watts talk, that Grape Street Jordan Down talk. A lot of people, you hear a lot of people on this internet, a lot of people in the streets, they all stole that Watts lingo. For sure. Whenever you hear them, man, that was all that old talk that you hear, that's Watts talk. And if you from out here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I hear a lot of people. What's that dude name from Hawthorne, Rico? He even got some of that Watts slang. That's all Watts talk, man. If you grew up out here, you know for sure, especially if you came to them juvenile halls and them little YA facilities, you already know, man. That's the Watts talk, man.
Oh, laughing and pointing at like, that's little boy stuff. I don't know no little boys like that from the set. So what I want to say is, it's a lot of individuals just hear stuff, and the first thing to hit the internet, they're gonna be the first one to do reaction and say this and that. This is what happened. You know what I mean? Based off what somebody done said behind the wall, or somebody done said on a piece of content. But sometimes you gotta do your homework, your research. You know what I mean? When you speaking on certain individuals and certain stuff that go on. But, you know, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to show y'all how OGs move and how you supposed to conduct yourself. So I'm going to tell you what happened with G-Face. This is what happened to him. I'm going to tell you how it happened, why it happened, and when it happened.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? Let's make it make sense. So this is what happened. You would never know. Because in-house is in-house. Even though anybody get on the internet, my section not like that. We don't get on here and give our section a black eye.
All right, let's stop it right there. Once we get on the internet and talk about it in any form of fashion, whether, you know, he choose not to discuss it, that's protocol. That's cool. That's what you're supposed to do. But if you get on here and talk about it in any kind of form, fashion, whatsoever, talk about it all the way, talk about it, at that point, it becomes content. It becomes content, because if it wasn't going to be discussed, then it wouldn't have been on the internet at all, even though everybody talking about it. Now, if y'all made a call and got him dealt with, then hey, only y'all know that. Yeah, it wasn't nobody. Everybody would love to hear, man, what happened, man? We would love to hear that, because it's content. Everybody want to hear the content. They not looking at this stuff like no more, oh, that's politics. It ain't no politics once you get on the internet and you put your in-house, your hood business, anything you doing, once you put it on this internet, it's no longer y'all business. It become everybody business. Dudes gonna do their reactions to it, whether they do their homework on it or not. All they gotta do is get their opinion off what you talking about. Now, when you add stuff to it and making up stuff, then that's when it become BS content. But when you put your opinion, just your opinion. That's it. That's all. Let's get back to Grape Street TV though.
Running our mouth, jaw jacking, you know what I mean? And when it's in-house stuff, in-house is in-house. You know what I mean? Ever since, if you watch this channel, y'all know I do not bring in-house stuff to the internet. Even when people be speaking on it and saying stuff, I just check it in a certain way, you know what I mean? Or do a small reaction to correct these individuals that's doing it. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna see us on here telling our business, what happened, why it happened. That's how you're supposed to conduct yourself. Especially if you in the culture and you consider yourself a G or OG, it's a certain way you gotta carry yourself. You gotta stand on that G code. Everybody be like, no, I mean, it ain't back then. It changed now. Yeah, but the G code still applies when it comes to like hood business and
Stop it right there. If you gonna bring yourself to the internet, you are now part of the internet. If you want to keep it street, don't get on the internet at all. Stay in the streets with it. Stay in your neighborhood with it. This is not towards him. This is for all you guys who come on the internet and you bring the street rules to the internet. This ain't the street rules. The street rules on this internet ain't the internet, because the moment you push this record button and you get the recording, your ass is going to be whatever you say. They could use it if you ever was to get involved with anything. The moment you represent your gang, your neighborhood, and you saying you're a part of that gang, you have now involved yourself in the potential RICO. They going to say, oh man, this is the guy who funded them by the YouTube channel. Include, if I was to get on here and say, you know, this or that about some gang stuff, they gonna say, man, that dude making money to buy pistols for their hood. This is what they gonna make up anything, and it's gonna be my word against your word. Like the police told me when they planted a gun on me, who the judge gonna believe? Me or you? I already knew right then I was done. So if you come on the internet with the street rules, it don't fly here, because you're gonna have squares who gonna pick it up and put their tools and fuse on it. So if you don't want to come to the internet and exploit your gang, your street rules, don't become a part of the internet at all. Let's get back to Grape Street TV.
stuff like that. That's how you get sanctions. That's how you get your head whooped and your feet whooped. So at the end of the day, I want to say salute to the real ones. And for you folks that's moving reckless on here and just looking at the content for some money, you got to be careful how you speak and what you speak on, because there's a lot of individuals out here that don't do the internet. It might just catch you. You might be going to the store or doing.
Let's stop it right there. Hub and the dub. We going. I gotta go in because it's the homie. These the homies. Now, when you get on this internet, you better save your money up. Save your money up, because you might gotta. If somebody, you gonna have to buy bullets. You gonna have to buy you some pistols. You got to buy all that, because once you get on here, you're gonna have people that's gonna hate on you. They gonna be mad. Hey, man, they gonna make up everything because you becoming a superstar on the internet. So have you some bullet money, have you some gun money, or have you some hitman money? Let's get back to this.
And you speaking on their stuff. But if it's on the internet, like they say, it's content. But our section gonna come and correct it, because we don't accept black eyes given to us by different people or people putting narratives on our section. So with that being said,
all right, let's go over to Grape Street TV so y'all can follow his channel. He got some good stuff going on over there. Let's go over here and check it out. This is Grape Street TV, man. I think y'all, I'm already subscribed to it. Y'all go over there and subscribe to Grape Street TV. Check out his content. He gave y'all a whole lot of dialogue on what his channel is about, what they section about. Y'all want to see more content like that, y'all go over there and check it out, man. Let me get y'all thoughts. What y'all think about this video? It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.